Hello guys. I have a few things. First of all, you can't really tell, but I got my hair done today. It's much lighter and I'm loving it. I have not been a good vlogger. I've been so behind on uploading because I'm having issues with like my computer and stuff right now. So there's been a few life updates that I just have not updated y'all on because I'm so behind already. I was like, I don't want to have more editing and more things to do. I have a Disney vlog to edit and upload and a spring break vlog to edit and upload. But I just decided I want to reorganize my bookshelves. I got another one. I don't know if you remember, but in my previous apartment or room, the house that I lived in before this, I only had one shelf, and I did a whole video like organizing it. And then I moved and I got another bookshelf because I have too many books, and now things are like totally disorganized and not how I want them. And there are some shelves that have like way too many books and some shelves that have so much space on them. And Kate, come here. If you can hear that, that's my other life update. She won't love me picking her up. But this is Kate. My sister and I adopted her from the animal shelter. We got her at the Humane Society. She's loud, she'll make some noise. So if you hear meows, that's her. She's 13 years old though, so she's old. And yeah, so that's the main thing that I wanted to update you on is I got a cat. I'm a mom and I love her. She's so cute. But yeah, that's today's video. I wanted to update you that I got a cat. I got my hair done. Sorry that videos are so delayed. I'm having issues with my computer, as I said, but hopefully videos will be coming if I can just get myself to sit down and figure it out. But it's been frustrating me, so I've been not spending the time that I should on it, but we'll get there. Let's reorganize my shelves. So the way that they're currently done, here, let me show it to you. We can look at this shelf. This is best. This shelf. So like here, these are like by author. I put these together by author, but then as you go down to where you can't see, I have like romance also on this shelf, and then this is like fantasy, and I would really like all fantasy, and then on the other one all romance, kind of categorized by author but also like type of book. So there's like young adult fantasy, adult fantasy, like young adult romance, adult romance, and then maybe like in the romance section of like adult romance, there's also Regency era. I have a lot of those. Sports romance, and then I'll probably also have a thriller section, literary fiction. So I need to kind of decide what I want the categories to be, but the first step is going to be taking all the books off the shelves, and I think I'm just gonna like make piles on the floor in my room of how I think they should be arranged, like what I think the categories are, and like kind of group them by author and category in that. So that's gonna be the first step. Kate's here, she's gonna help me. And I got myself a beverage. I'm gonna listen to a podcast and we're gonna do this together. Right, Kate? Yep. Okay, let's take the books off the shelves. Come on, Kate. Whoa! Okay, so I've kind of got everything sorted how I want. I've got like adult romance. There's a pile over here behind me of like Regency era ones. Like literary fiction. I'm not sure if that's the correct thing, but it's like not necessarily romance. Book. I've got some young adult. These over here are fantasy. Yes. And Kate's here helping me. And I'm listening to what we said. So I'm moving on to the other shelf now. I'm going to add them to these piles. Okay. I'm kind of hot from getting up and down, but shelves are empty. And I've got piles here on the floor. Let me show you. This is like romance, literary fiction, young adult. Not that many young adults. These are Regency era is what I'm calling that section. Young adult fantasy. As you can tell, I love a good young adult fantasy. These are like young adult mystery / thriller, adult thriller, adult fantasy. These are like random nonfiction. This is Jeanette McCurdy's I'm Glad My Mom Died. It doesn't really have a place, so he's alone right now. These are books I haven't read, and this is my other TBR pile, so I'm going to add these over here with this TBR. I'm working my way through this slowly but surely. This is my current read, in case you were wondering. Mary Kay Andrews, The Newcomer. I would call Mary Kay Andrews books like adult, but they're like literary fiction, but it's like mystery usually. And I have another Mary Kay Andrews that I've read, but I don't know where it is. It's not out here, so maybe it's at home. But for now, this is what we need to go through and decide how I want to put them on the shelves. Okay, so here I am. Let me slouch a little so you can see me better. Sitting in like my reading chair. So I want like these shelves right here to be like my favorite books, my 5 stars, ones that I love. On both sides, the ones that are easy to see in the middle, I want to be my favorites. So I'm gonna kind of go through my romance books because I'm gonna make this shelf as much romance as I can. And I do want to leave space because, as you have seen, I have 2 piles of books that are TBR that I haven't read. and I want to be able to fill those into places that are open on the shelves. So I'm gonna try and do my like favorites here and put them next to books that are alike, but also next to books that are by the same author. So some of them, although not in a series, are by the same person, because if I find an author that I like, I will purchase other books by them. So I have a few Emma Lord books. She's a YA romance author that I really like. They're not a series, but I want to put them next to each other, obviously. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna time lapse it and go through and fill in this shelf. Okay, here's the finished tour. Up here we've got romance. Generally, authors are together. We've got Beth O'Leary, Allie, Emily Henry, there's some Tessa. These are like ones that I don't have multiple authors by, but this is like romance, adult romance. These are just literary fiction. I did not have a good place to put literary fiction, so it kind of got mixed in. So there's a few here, and a few here, but that's our top shelf. Next shelf is also romance. We got my book of the month hardback romances together, standalones that were like similar coloring. These are all singular adult romances. Then we got Christina Lauren, Sally Thorne, Colleen Hoover. Next, it was all young adult, but then I decided I wanted to put all my Lynn Painter together. So young adult, regular adult, but honestly not too spicy, so I don't feel bad about putting it with it. Emma Lord, Rachel Lynn Solomon, what's her name, first name? Jen Bennett, standalones, young adult. These are some romance standalones that needed a place to go. Down here I've got Regency, so like the Regency ones are together. These three are a series. This is a series right here. And then I've got Christmas romance, and then I've got books about bookstores right here. This isn't about a bookstore, but it's a library. And then I've got this is a classic. It's Cranberry by Elizabeth Gaskell. And then these are just literary fiction. This bottom shelf is random, mostly nonfiction, like Devo type stuff. I put my TBR pile here, and then obviously there's one on the other side of this chair. And then we move to the other side, and I've got A Court of Mist and Fury. Nope, A Court of Thorns and Roses series. I have the Silver Flames in hardback, and it's very annoying because it's not the same size. Eventually I'll probably buy it in the paperback so that it all matches, but for now, this is how it is. Then I've got the Serpent and Dove series. This is just a duology. I have the first Outlander book over here. The second one is in my TBR, so eventually that'll have to go somewhere. These are my young adult like thriller mysteries. These are adult thrillers. This is just a random standalone, Chaos Walking. And then I've got, this is a series that has more than two, and I've only read the first two, so I just have the first two. But it's fantasy. Down here we've got Holly Black, the Cruel Prince trilogy, and this new one that just came out, The Stolen Heir. Lightlark is a series, but the first one is the only one that's out. This is Daughter of the Pirate King. A new one is actually coming out soon, I'm excited about. the selection. I do have all of these, but not with me here. So this shelf is kind of random. It's like fantasy, and then I just move into like books that didn't have a home. So I've got like The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Circe, The Selection. I guess this could be fantasy, but so yeah, these didn't have a home, and their coloring matches the coloring on these shelves more than those shelves. Okay, let me back up a little so you can see this. Here I've got Marissa Meyer's, the Renegades trilogy, and then this is her Cinder series, which is like fairy tale retellings. So her are right there. I couldn't fit them all in one shelf. This is Victoria Aveyard, the Red Queen series. I'm missing one of them. I'm missing the Glass Sword. I let a friend borrow it. And then I've got her new series, the Realmbreaker one, the first two. Then this is my Leigh Bardugo. I've got all of the Grishaverse ones. So Shadow and Bone, Six of Crows, and King of Scars. So that is my like fantasy shelf. It's just books that are darker colors. And this is my books that are pretty pinks and blues. So yeah, kind of worked up a sweat a little bit there. But I'm happy with how they are. And obviously the shelves are full. And I have 2 stacks of books by my chair that I'm gonna read and then have nowhere to put. And I continuously buy books. I have like 3 books in the mail on the way to me now. But what can you do? That is my updated library tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, all the ones that are on the shelves are books that I've read. And I'm happy to say that I have read some really good books. So if you want to follow me on Goodread, you can get all of the books that I'm reading and what I ranked them on there. I posted a video at the beginning of this year of my 5-star books from 2022, so you can go check that out if you want to see all my favorite books from last year. I usually do a reading wrap-up every month, but I have skipped the past month, so I will do one at the end of this month, which is right now. I will film that and get that up for you of some of my favorite books that I've read in the past 2 months. Because I set an ambitious goal of reading 96 books this year, so I'm going to try and read 96 and hopefully surpass it and get to 100. But yes, I'm due a lot of reading, and I've got some good recommendations, I think. So that is all for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.